So last week's Parshat we had Parshat Kadoshim. This week is Parshat Emor, but really it's Kadoshim part 2. Because in last week's Parshat we had Vaydaber Hashem Moshe Emor Daber Al Kol Adat Bnei Yisrael V'Amart Aleim Kadoshim to you Ki Kadosh Ani Hashem Elokecha. So what does it say? It says Hashem is telling Moshe to tell Bnei Yisrael that they should be holy because I Hashem am holy. What does that really mean? What does that mean to be holy? How do we be holy? Do we just keep all the Torah? So in that week's Parshat it talks about all the different things, and it says that you should not be a gossip monger, speaking lashon hara, and it also says that you should love your fellow Jew in your heart. You shouldn't. It says you should not hate your brother in your heart, right? So it sounds like maybe moral things. I'm not really exactly sure yet, but we'll go through it. And then in Parshat Emor, it says the first pasuk is Vayomer Hashem Moshe Emor al Kohanim b'nei Aaron v'amart alayim lenefesh lo yitamah be'amav. So it says Hashem said to Moses, say to the Kohanim, the sons of Aaron, and tell them each of you shall not contaminate yourself to a dead person. Sounds a little weird. If you've never heard of what a Kohen is, he shouldn't become tummy. He shouldn't make himself impure to a dead person. What does that mean? Really in Pasuk Chet of Aleph Chet it says v'kidashto Ki et lechem elokecha hu makriv kadosh yelach ki kadosh ani Hashem makdeshechem. So it says you shall sanctify him, for he offers the food of your God. He shall remain holy to you, for holy am I Hashem. So too Hashem is saying the Kohen is holy because I Hashem am holy, and he really, it sounds like in this that he's representing all of Bnei Yisrael. So maybe we could say that first, holy by Bnei Yisrael means that they should make sure they're good people because they're representing who knows what. And in this case, the Kohanim are representing Bnei Yisrael. So there's a couple answers. So first I have the book, Leading the Way, by Rabbi Lawrence Perez. And then here in his chapter of being good and being holy, he says what the Ramban says. He says the Rambam says, he states clearly that it is theoretically possible to follow the detailed laws of the Torah, yet at the same time, God forbid, miss out on its very essence. So he's saying here, we can follow every single thing of the Torah, every single commandment, but if we don't do Kadoshim to you, basically we're not fulfilling the Torah. And then he says that about in Bava Metzia in Daf Lamed Amud Bet. It talks about, Rabbi Yochanan says that in Jerusalem and the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed because the people only lived according to the details of the Torah, but not according to its spirit. And you could say that he's talking about Kadoshim to you. So, judging by the title, we're interpreting as Kadoshim to you as being moral and being a good person. Because why? Because we represent Hashem, right? We represent to Bnei Yisrael. And that's what really Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs says in his book, Lessons in Leadership. And in his Parsha, on Parshat Emor, he talks about that, and he says, and God, the God of revelation and redemption is known to the world through Israel. We are the ones that represent Hashem. And so too in Isaiah it says, you are my servant Israel, in whom I will be glorified, right? We represent Hashem in everything that he means. So if Hashem is holy, we have to be holy because we're representing him. That's why we always follow what Hashem does, because we represent him. And then again, in Isaiah it says, you are my witnesses, says God, that I am God. The God of Israel is the God of all humanity. He created the universe and life itself. He made all of us, Jew and non-Jew alike, in his image. So why is it important to represent Hashem to the rest of the world? He can do it himself if he wants. Why is it important that we do? It's because we are created just like every other person in the entire world. And in the book Shema Yisrael by Rabbi Aryeh Trajman, it talks about how that the Ramban and the Ibn Ezra say that, what does it mean, Hashem, in Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem is our God, the Jewish God, Hashem Echad, he will become everyone's God. And that's basically why we have to represent Hashem. So the difference between Hashem, so in the beginning, in Parshas Kadoshim, it talks about that Bnei Israel are the ones, we have to be holy because we represent Hashem to everyone else in the world. And in Parshas Emor, the Kohanim represent the whole of Bnei Israel to Hashem. And that's really the point of Parshas Emor. That's it. Have a good Shabbos.